So just to preface this video real quick, a few days ago I uploaded a video speculating on what all the achievements in Epic Mickey Rebrushed could be just based on their names. But it turns out that while I was making the script for that video, someone data mined a new list of all the achievement names with dev comments about how to unlock them. Which means that before I had even uploaded my video, it was already outdated. But I care too much about achievements in games to just let it slide. So in this video, I'm going to be going over all the requirements for every achievement in Epic Mickey Rebrushed, so we know for certain what 100%ing the game is going to be like. And I'm pretty confident that this video will still be relevant for achievement hunters once the game comes out too. But let's not waste any more time, let's take a look at the achievements. All the achievements in this list are in a specific order that seems to mostly be in the order that you would unlock them throughout your playthrough. But some of the achievements are just unlocked by progressing through the game normally, which I'll call mandatory achievements. In order to get the rest, you'll have to go a little bit out of your way and explore to get them. But to make things simple, I'll just start off with all the mandatory achievements and then move on to the non-mandatory ones. The first achievement in this new list is Full of Beans, and the description reads, complete the first side-scrolling level. In this case, side-scrolling level refers to the projector levels that you encounter throughout the game, and the first projector level that you have to play through is the Mickey and the Beanstalk projector. So all you have to do to get the Full of Beans achievement is play through the Mickey and the Beanstalk projector, which you encounter very early on in the game. So this achievement should be super easy to get. Next is Small World, which says paint or thin the Mad Clock Tower. The Clock Tower is the first boss you face in the game, and you can defeat him by either painting in his arms or thinning them out. But you only have to do one or the other in order to unlock this achievement. Next up is Hoarder, which reads, repair the Mickey Junk Mountain projector. In order to progress to Mickey Junk Mountain, you have to go to Oztown and get Gremlin Prescott to fix the bridge. I assume that this is what the achievement is referring to, so all you have to do for this one is fix the bridge to Mickey Junk Mountain by freeing Gremlin Prescott and getting his wrench. Next is World of Tomorrow, which simply reads, repair the Tomorrowland projector. In Epic Mickey, the area Tomorrow City is based off of Tomorrowland from Disneyland, so that's what it's referring to. Once you get back from Mickey Junk Mountain, talk to Gremlin Marcus, and he'll need some power sparks in order to fix the projector to Tomorrow City. After that, the World of Tomorrow achievement should pop. The first sketch you unlock in the game is the TV sketch, which is unlocked after defeating the Slobber in the Great Big Tomorrow exhibit. And once you unlock this sketch, you'll also unlock the Cartoon Chaos achievement. Next is Spin to Win, which says paint or thin Peatronic. Peatronic is the second boss in the game that you encounter at the end of Tomorrow City. And just like the Small World achievement, using either paint or thinner will work to unlock this achievement. Next is Oh the Cleverness of Me, and the description says repair the Pirates of the Wasteland projector. Now this says repair the Pirates of the Wasteland projector, not the Ventureland projector. But since this list isn't from the final game, there's a chance it's actually supposed to be referring to the Ventureland projector. But just in case, I'll explain how to repair both real quick. To repair the Ventureland projector, you have to give Gremlin Marcus some more power sparks after returning from Tomorrow City. Then once you're in Ventureland, you'll have to retrieve 3 items from NPCs around the area and give them to Smee to open the door to the Pirates of the Wasteland projector. These 3 items are the ship's wheel from Tiki Sam, the figurehead from Damien Salt, and the compass from Scurvy Pat. All of these items can be obtained in a few different ways, but just get these items whichever way you want and give them to Smee to open the gate to the Pirates of the Wasteland projector. Once you arrive in Tortuga, you'll have to help Beluga Billy get his stolen treasure back, and as a reward for returning his treasure, he'll give you the Watch sketch, which will also unlock the Time is an Illusion achievement. Next is another boss achievement, which is called Tick Tock. This one simply says paint or thin the animatronic Captain Hook. There's actually 3 ways to go about defeating Captain Hook, but you can defeat him however you want. Next is Show Us the Way Back, which is the last achievement for fixing projectors. This one says repair the Lonesome Manor projector, and again, in case this is supposed to be talking about the Bog Easy projector, I'll explain how to fix both. To fix the projector to Bog Easy and Mean Street, you just have to give Gremlin Marcus more power sparks just like before. And once you're in Bog Easy, you have to open the gate to the Lonesome Manor projector. To open the gate, you can either help Gilbert the Ghost scare the residents of Bog Easy, or you can help the residents fend off the ghosts and talk to Metairie, who will open the gate for you. Once you arrive at the Lonesome Manor, you'll find the third and final sketch in the game, which is the Anvil sketch. And after you unlock the Anvil sketch, you'll get the Heavy Hitter achievement. The next achievement is called Kaboom, and the description says, thwart the Mad Doctor's plans. At the end of the Lonesome Manor, you'll have to face off against the Mad Doctor and his snow globe, and there's two ways to go about defeating him. But you can do either the paint path or the thinner path to get this achievement, similarly to the other boss achievements. Speaking of which, the last boss achievement is called Shadow of the Blot, which says defeat the Shadow Blot atop Mickey Junk Mountain. After you return to Bog Easy from the Lonesome Manor, Oswald will ask you to come help him at the top of Mickey Junk Mountain. Once you reach the top of Mickey Junk, you'll face off against the Shadow Blot. Just like all the other boss achievements, there are two ways to defeat the Shadow Blot, but either the paint path or thinner path will work to get this achievement. Next is Tentacular, which says defeat the Bloticles attacking each of the hubs. After you defeat the Shadow Blot, the jug containing the Storm Blot will break open and Bloticles will start attacking Wasteland. You'll have to return to Oztown, Mean Street, Ventureland, Bog Easy, and Tomorrow City, and defeat all of the Bloticles to get this achievement. And the last of the mandatory achievements is called Happy Endings, which reads, escape the inside of the blot and save Wasteland. So all you have to do is beat the game to unlock this one. You can do as many paint path decisions as you want or as many thinner path decisions as you want. The bottom line is to just beat the game. Now let's move on to the non-mandatory achievements, which will require you to go out of your way to get, but don't worry, none of them are very complicated. However, there is one issue with the list I have. Some of the achievements require you to do something a certain amount of times. For example, one achievement has you collect a certain amount of film reels. The problem is that this list doesn't show the amount of film reels you need to get the achievement, and this also goes for most of the other non-mandatory achievements as well. But for the sake of the video, I'll just give my best guess on the exact numbers for each achievement. So let's start off with our first non-mandatory achievement, which is Mechanically Gifted, which requires you to repair a certain amount of rides in Gremlin Village. Gremlin Village is a pretty big area, which includes Slalom, the Ticket Booth area, the Jungle Boat Ride, the Asian Boat Ride, the World of Gremlins, and finally the European Boat Ride. Some of the rides that you need to fix in these areas include the Fire Bridge in the Asian Boat Ride or the Spinning Teacup Ride in the Ticket Booth area. But if you explore each area thoroughly and talk to as many NPCs as you can, then you'll be able to find and fix every ride with no problem. Next is a much easier and simpler achievement called Photo Op. All you have to do is use photo mode and save a picture with it. The next three achievements all have to do with the three animatronic characters in the game, those being Goofy, Daisy, and Donald. All three of these characters ask you to retrieve their parts, which are scattered around certain areas of Wasteland. Each character has 4 parts for you to collect. The first achievement is called Gorsh, which requires you to collect every piece of animatronic Goofy. Even though you first meet Goofy in Oztown, you won't come across any of his parts until you get to Tomorrow City. The second animatronic character you'll come across is Daisy in Ventureland, whose parts are scattered throughout Pirates of the Wasteland. After you get all 4 of her parts, you'll get the Oh Goody Goody achievement. And finally, you'll find animatronic Donald in Bog Easy, and his parts are in the Lonesome Manor. After you get all 4 of Donald's parts and repair him, you'll get the All Fooey achievement. The next achievement is called Suit Up, and the description says, put on a costume for the first time. This one is pretty easy, all you have to do is change Mickey's costume to get this achievement. The next one is called Street Cleaner, which says repaint all of Mean Street. Just go around Mean Street and paint in every piece of tune you can see. Make sure to check every corner and on top of every building because I'm sure there are some spots that are easy to miss. Next up is Dial Tone, which requires you to dial the wrong number on a phone a certain amount of times. In Mickey Junk Mountain, there are 2 giant phones that you'll come across, and you can jump on the keys to type in certain number combinations to activate some machinery. But to get the Dial Tone achievement, you just have to keep putting in invalid number combinations. Next is Eraser and Painter, which are probably the 2 simplest achievements in the game. To get the Eraser achievement, you have to thin out a certain amount of enemies, and to get the Painter achievement, you have to paint in a certain amount of enemies. You'll probably end up getting both of these achievements during your playthrough, especially if you're trying to go full thinner path or full paint path. The next achievement is called Mickey Uncaged, and to get it, you have to free a certain amount of gremlins from their cages. There's a total of 30 caged gremlins throughout the game, or 31 if you count Gremlin Marcus, but like I explained earlier, I don't actually know the exact amount of gremlins you have to free. Most of the gremlins are pretty easy to spot though, so I wouldn't be too worried about this one. The next achievement is called Gilded, which requires you to beat Gilda's best time in all of her races. Gilda has 4 races you can complete in different locations throughout Wasteland, those locations being Mean Street, which is mandatory for progression, Oztown, Ventureland, and Bog Easy. The races are pretty straightforward, all you have to do is run through all the checkpoints before the timer runs out. Once you complete all 4 of the races, the Gilded achievement should pop. Next is It's Over 1000, which is super straightforward. All you have to do is collect 1000 e-tickets. By the time you get near the end of the game, you'll probably have this achievement without even having to think about grinding for e-tickets. The next one is Rage Room, and it's also very straightforward. You get this achievement by destroying a certain amount of destructible items throughout your playthrough. Basically just use your spin attack or dash attack on all the destructible items you see, hence the name Rage Room. This is another one that you'll probably end up getting on your own without having to go too far out of your way for. The next one is called Battle Ready, which says fully upgrade Mickey's heart containers. Throughout the game you'll have a few opportunities to increase Mickey's max health, which is what this achievement is referring to. And once you find every max health upgrade, you'll get the Battle Ready achievement. Next is Clumsy Lifeguard, which involves knocking enemies into thinner with your dash attack or spin attack. I assume the easiest way to get this achievement will be in the Mickey Junk Mountain heaps, because spatters infinitely respawn and there's thinner pools everywhere. Let's move on to the next one, which is called Square Eyes. To get this achievement, you have to use a TV sketch and distract a certain amount of blotlings. Inside the blot is probably a good place to get this achievement, which is also a good place to use the TV sketch to manage all the blotlings attacking you. But basically, just get a big group of blotlings to watch a single TV sketch at the same time. The next one is Moviegoer, which simply requires you to collect a certain amount of film reels. There's 36 projector levels in the original Wii game, and since it looks like there's 2 film reels in every projector in Rebrushed, there should be 72 film reels in total in the final game. The next one is another easy one called Faulty Machinery, which says defeat each kind of Beetleworks once. You'll definitely end up getting this achievement by the end of the game, since the last new Beetleworks gets introduced in the jungle in Pirates of the Wasteland. So don't worry about this one because you'll probably get it by the time you're about halfway through the game. The next one is called Feisty Friends, which requires you to have a certain amount of blotlings all painted in at the same time. Since allied blotlings attack with paint and Rebrushed instead of with thinner like in the original game, this achievement should be much easier to get. The next one is called Get Off Me, which requires you to knock back a certain amount of enemies with a single spin attack. The easiest way to get this achievement is probably going to be with the bunny children in Mickey Junk Mountain, since their attack is to try to swarm you and pick out Mickey. Once enough bunny children are swarming you, just hit them with a spin attack. These last 2 achievements go together, but actually not really. Let me explain. The first one is called Epic Journey, which says help all versions of Pete and repair all animatronics. And the other one is called Out of My Way, which says corrupt all versions of Pete and leave all animatronics disassembled. So in order to get both of these achievements, you'll actually have to do 2 playthroughs. In one playthrough, you'll have to help every Pete and repair animatronic Goofy, Daisy, and Donald. To help every Pete, you have to bring Small Pete his logbook, use paint on Petronic, and free the sprite on the Jolly Roger during the Captain Hook boss fight. If you're already going for the 3 achievements related to Goofy, Daisy, and Donald, then it would be smart to help every Pete too to get the Epic Journey achievement, as to avoid having to do a whole extra playthrough. And in the second playthrough, you'll have to ignore all the animatronic characters, don't bring Small Pete his logbook, use thinner on Petronic, and defeat Captain Hook without freeing the sprite. Hopefully that all makes sense. And there's actually one final achievement in this list, which is called Get All. The description for this achievement simply reads collect all trophies. So it looks like this achievement will just be unlocked after you get every other achievement in the game. But that's every achievement in Epic Mickey Rebrushed and how to get them. If you ever doubt my obsession with Epic Mickey or achievement hunting or both, then just remember that I'm the guy who made a 100% achievements guide for Epic Mickey Rebrushed 3 weeks before the game even came out. I think that's going to be my legacy from now on. Anyway, subscribe to my channel and like the video for more Epic Mickey content, and join the Discord server with the link in the description. If you need any extra help with achievement hunting, then leave a comment or join the Discord server, and hopefully I'll be around to see it.